you're a business professional and you're struggling with figuring out how to turn your savings into a paycheck that lasts, then this episode is for you. The number one fear in retirement isn't boredom, it's running out of money. And the retirement income gap, it's real, it's sneaky, and yes, it's solvable. If you've ever run out of gas on a road trip, you know that sinking feeling. Retirement without an income plan feels the same, except the next gas station is 20 years away. I'll admit, I've miscalculated a few tanks of gas in my day. But here's the deal. I won't let you do that with your life savings. Today, you'll learn what the retirement income gap is, why most professionals underestimate it, and the simple framework to build a paycheck you can count on without guessing. Let's dive in.
You're watching My Hybrid Retirement Weekly, the show that helps professionals work less, earn smarter, and embrace more financial freedom. Hosted by Rob Leiphart, a fiduciary advisor. New episodes drop every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe now and start planning retirement on your own terms.
Hi, everyone. Rob Leiphart here for another episode of My Hybrid Retirement Weekly, where we take complicated retirement challenges, strip them down, and rebuild them into clear, workable strategies so you can retire with confidence. Quick question for you. When you think about retirement, what's the biggest worry? Running out of money or not knowing how to spend it wisely? Either way, today we're tackling one of the most important riddles in finance: how to create income that lasts as long as you do. Retirement is no longer a 5 to 10 year phase. For many professionals, it's 25 to 30 or maybe even more, and it's longer than some careers. And if you don't solve the income puzzle, inflation and market swings will solve it for you and not in your favor. Picture this. Think of your savings as a pile of firewood. Looks big now, but burn it too fast and you're cold by February. Pace it just right and you stay warm all winter. This is why retirement income gap matters. It's not just math, it's peace of mind.
So how much money do we need to save if we'd like $5,000 a month in retirement? Let's watch Brianna Z Finance and find out.
So I always factor in 3.5% for inflation. If we were going to take 30 years, we're going to need $14,034 to make the same $5,000 that it is in today's dollars. So we're going to take that $14,000 and times it by 12 to find our annual income. Then we're going to divide this annual income by 8. And this is because we can get guarantees on our money that's going to keep growing. I've seen on the very low end 8%. Generally, we're looking at 10 to 14%.
Okay, so right away my sniff test is going off. Getting a guaranteed return of 8% is high, and 10 to 14% is really high. If you want to know what a guaranteed return is, look at U.S. Treasuries, look at your bank account. So this is probably an annuity product, which means when you pass away, you don't have much, if any, residual value.
Here's the 4-step framework to solve the retirement income puzzle. Step 1, know the gap. Add up your guaranteed income, that's Social Security, pensions, anything that's guaranteed, and subtract it from your lifestyle needs. That shortfall is the paycheck you need to solve for. Step 2, build buckets. Think short, medium, and long term. Your short-term bucket is 0 to 3 years, very safe, liquid assets. Your medium term is 3 to 10 years, steady income sources. And your long term is for 10 plus years, and that's the growth engine that helps you outpace inflation. Step 3, sequence withdrawals. The account from which you source your income, whether that be taxable, IRA, or Roth, it matters. Get this right, and you could add years of spending power. And step 4, automate your paycheck. Line it all up into monthly deposits that land into your checking account, just like your old paycheck. Same rhythm, but less worry. We have a question coming in here from Carla in Phoenix. She asks, can I use my current accounts? The answer, absolutely. Most time, it's about rearranging what you already own into the right buckets. It's basically the same puzzle, just a new picture.
The more money you make, the more the IRS will take. So if you go from making $75,000 to $150,000, you're not going to see $75,000 divided by 12 on your paycheck. As a matter of fact, I know people who get a raise from $100,000 on their job to $200,000, and they've actually seen less on their check, because the more money you make, the more tax brackets you enter into.
She actually is a really good speaker, so I think a lot of people listen to her because she is really well spoken.
Yeah, I could listen to her all day.
When it comes to tax, it's like the way she spoke was that it was about someone with a W-2 job. If you got a raise, you would make more money. It's just
You're not going to see less on your check if you make more.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I've
no.
seen this where people are scared to make more because they don't want to pay way more taxes. They think if I get knocked into the next bracket, I'm going to owe exponentially more, which is not how the tax system works.
Yeah. So even though you tell people it's like the tax system works for the dollars in that bracket are what are taxed at that bracket, right? It doesn't change the prior dollars. I think a lot of people don't get it.
Waiting to plan your income until you retire is like booking your hotel after you land. It's expensive and stressful. The earlier you start coordinating your income, the more options you have. And often, the more income you'll enjoy. Another question coming in here from David in Chicago. Isn't this something I can wait to figure out later? Sure, you can always wait to figure it out later, but the more you start planning earlier, the more choices you're going to have. And like taking a flight, if you wait too long to book it, you might end up in the last middle seat.
If you're close to retirement, start planning for tax-efficient withdrawals now. The earlier you start, the less Uncle Sam takes later. Remember, Uncle Sam is like that relative who always asks for a cut of the pie. You can't stop him from taking a slice, but you can make sure it's a small one.
So let's recap. We covered why income planning matters. The 4 steps: identify the gap, build the buckets, sequence withdrawals, and automate paychecks, and why early planning is a game changer. Here's a quick story. 2 professionals, same amount of savings. One withdrew randomly, paid more taxes, and stressed every market downturn. The other used a structured bucket plan with tax-smart withdrawals. Same money, but they ended up with more income and less stress. Another question here, Sarah from Austin asks, if 2 people have the same savings, why would their retirement look so different? Because it's not just what you save, it's how you withdraw. Random withdrawals can mean higher taxes and more stress. A structured plan with smart sequencing can stretch the same money further and keep you sleeping at night. If you want your savings to feel like a reliable paycheck, not a guessing game, book your retirement paycheck review today. In the review, we'll map your gap, organize your accounts, and identify strategies to keep your lifestyle secure. And don't forget to subscribe every Tuesday at noon for My Hybrid Retirement Weekly, so you'll never miss a strategy that could add years of confidence to your retirement. This has been My Hybrid Retirement Weekly. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, stay thoughtful, stay purposeful, and let's build that paycheck for life.